scholars. Today we're going to get familiar with using our number rack. If we were in school, we would make our own number rack and play with it and look at it and try to discover things about it. But we're going to try to do our best virtually, okay? So, this is what a number rack looks like. So, I'm going to look at it and tell you some noticings that I see. I see that there's a top row and a bottom row. All right. And then on the top row, I notice that there are red and white beads, and there are red and white beads on the bottom too. Stop and think for a second. What do you notice about the beads on the number rack? Hmm. So when I look at them, I see that there are 5 beads on top and 5 white beads on top too. And when 5 and 5 go together, what does that make? That makes 10. So there are 10 beads on the top row. And when I look at the bottom row, it looks like the same amount. So there's 5 red beads on the bottom and 5 white beads on the bottom. When I put together, that must equal 10 too. So think in your head, how many beads total do you see on my number rack? I hope you were thinking 20, because 10 plus 10 equals 20. Good thinking, everybody. So now I'm going to show you when I'm on the Number Rack app, I can move beads over one by one, kind of like this, which is pretty cool, but it might take a long time. What if I clicked on the third bead in? Could I move them all at the same time? I can. And if can I push them all back? It's kind of like a train. If I push them over, I can push them all back. Let's try the white beads too. Can I push all the white beads over and all the white beads those back? Wow. All right, I'm going to try all 10 on the top row and all 10 on the bottom row. Wow, this app's pretty cool. If we were doing this in person, we could move all these beads over with our fingers too. Now, what you're looking at right now with all of my beads on this side, this is the starting position. So when I say we're going to be in the starting position with our number racks, this is what it's going to look like. All of our beads will be to the right. And what's going to happen is throughout it, I'm going to ask you to make different numbers. So let's say I wanted you to make the number 1 using your number rack. You would just move 1 over, right? That shows me 1. I'm going to put that back. Now, what if I said make the number 5? If I wanted you to make the number 5, in your head, think about what could I move? How many beads could I move over to make the number 5? Think about that. There are different ways to make numbers. So I could move all 5 on the bottom, on the top, and 0 on the bottom. And that equals 5 beads, right? What if I wanted to do the top and the bottom? I'm going to move 2 beads over on the top. I'm trying to make 5. How many beads on the bottom would I push over to make 5? I'm going to try 3. I'm going to count my beads total to see if I got it. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. So my equation was 2 on the top plus 3 on the bottom equals 5. Very, very cool. So that's one way that we can use our number rack.